As Disney continues to cancel both Star Wars and Marvel projects, there is one actress who regrets the harsh words she had for Disney CEO Bob Iger during the SAG strike, and I'm all here for it. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute, going for a ride down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, you can on my locals page. The link is in the description. Also, ring that little bell. It always helps me out. Well, it's true. All of it. She-Hulk's star Tatiana Maslany. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Please let me know if I am in the comment section. She is begging Bob Iger for another stab at playing She-Hulk in a possible second season of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. You know, that show that was, just a Deadpool knockoff and whatnot. It's very, very sad to watch this. Now, Tatiana was very excited when she was on the picket line and she was screaming things about Bob Iger into the aether while all of us, people who don't have Hollywood jobs, who, are being told to, who weren't being told, I should say, who were not being told to strike during industry downturn, and especially when public mistrust of celebrities is at an all-time high. Tatiana was perfectly fine to run off her mouth as we laughed at the out of touch celebrities who were picketing in front of studios. We were all fine to laugh at that. And now they keep providing the comedy gold as Tatiana is begging Bob Iger for a second chance, despite She-Hulk Attorney at Law being a ratings disaster. So this is according to bleedingfool.com. Last year's SAG-AFTRA strike has a few people looking at the comments they made while in the heat of the situation. One of those who spoke out at the time was She-Hulk Attorney at Law star Tatiana Maslany, who made some comments about Disney CEO Bob Iger. At the time, Iger had said the actor's demands were not realistic, to which Maslany said that Iger was completely out of touch with the workers who make his shows happen, who make people watch the shows, who bring viewers to him and make him money. I always find it hilarious when celebrities complain about someone being out of touch. But anyway, in an interview with The Independent, Maslany isn't necessarily walking back those comments, but she is softening them. She is softening them a bit, saying, "In those moments, you're so heated up. It's hard to articulate yourself in a way that you want when you're on the picket line with everybody." But she also brought up one of the issues that she was upset about: the move from in-person auditions to self-taping. You send these tapes into the void. You never get responses. You never get any feedback, and you're working. You're filming yourself and having to edit yourself, which is also the stuff that makes you so self-conscious. Wah, wah, wah. Welcome to the job force, lady. Maslany will next be seen in an adaptation of Stephen King's The Monkey. No word on when or if she will return to the MCU. It is doubtful, especially with the poor reception of the series. And you can read the rest of the article at bleedingfool.com. I highly recommend that you do. I find this hilarious. So these Hollywood insiders, these entertainment industry workers, they always crack me up. Anytime that they have to do a little bit of, what us plebeians as blue collar workers do, they want to whine about it. They want to cry about it. Oh yeah, I'm crying too. Here, I'm also going to play you the smallest violin ever. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. She shot her shot. She-Hulk Attorney at Law was a ratings disaster. No one liked it except for a bunch of shills who just wanted to see the MCU become the MCU, which they have forced, right? They had to promote this idea that She-Hulk, despite just being created, is all of a sudden better than her cousin Hulk. She has more anger because sometimes men are rude to her. I have infinite more anger than you. Spare me. You're an attorney, you're a lawyer, you are one of the most privileged people in America, and you're going to lecture your cousin who watched his father murder his mother and then became some sort of science experiment. You're going to lecture him about anger. spare me. Not to mention in the pilot episode, there's some guys flirting with her and she turns into She-Hulk and is literally about to rip their heads off. And then she's twerking with Megan Thee Stallion 3 episodes later in an office. And by the way, that is considered sexual harassment. If a man or another woman was to feel uncomfortable, that would have been considered sexual harassment, Megan Thee Stallion in there or not. And quite frankly, that is one thing that destroyed that show, was just how, besides the fact that it is terrible with legal proceedings because they didn't actually hire a lawyer to help them understand, how the legal process works. So besides that, it was just boring. It was hypocritical. It was preachy, a lot of finger wagging, but nothing to keep the audience entertained. Fans of She-Hulk, of the character of She-Hulk, have been around forever. We've been there, and yes, sure, she broke the fourth wall before Deadpool with yeah. Doesn't change the fact that they tried to make her into some Deadpool knockoff with this boring thing where the guy who was the Abomination started some sort of weird cult where they turned Wong into some sort of best friend character when he's supposed to be the Sorcerer Supreme because he got it on a technicality while Doctor Strange was blipped away, as they say. It is absolutely preposterous. And the fact that the fans didn't receive it well, we didn't like the Feige joke, even though now we're kind of turning sour to to Feige. We didn't get it. We didn't like it. We thought it was dumb. We thought it was a dumb ending, how she just gets to hit a reset button and it all goes back to normal the way she wants it, the way the ending that she desires. It's just so stupid. No one wants that. And then there were rumors that She-Hulk Attorney at Law had already been renewed. Of course, they made a lot of announcements like Eternals 2, which apparently is canceled, but that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Meanwhile, there were rumors that She-Hulk Attorney at Law Season 2 was going to be renewed, but as the saying goes, get woke, go broke. That's what happened in this case. And then, like all those other SAG actors out there whining with their $1 million net worths, they're going to lecture to us about fairness, about healthcare. I just would like to point out something. SAG is such a hypocrite when it comes to healthcare stuff. For one thing, they commit wage discrimination against their union members. If you don't make a certain amount, you're denied their union health care. Yeah, that's right. If you don't make a certain amount, you don't get it. But then the union members, they want to demand higher wages when it's the union that's committing healthcare this healthcare scam against them. It's so stupid. This is why whenever I see unions and they want to bark about these things, I always tell the members, hey, maybe you should audit your union. And for one thing, Fran Drescher and her little lackey that was out there, they were terrible for the union. They did a poor representation. They handled that strike poorly. No one cared about them. Everyone was laughing at them, at their ridiculous demands and all their demands about AI. And then SAG at the SAG Awards uses AI. Hypocrisy abounds in Hollywood, and it's the same for Tatiana. She should have known better. You don't, just because you're striking doesn't mean you get a free pass. You don't miss out on the consequences of talking bad about your boss. That's just not how life works. Wah, wah, wah. She's already got another project lineup. I don't know why she's whining about it, but she is, and we have to hear about it because these celebrities, they have such narcissistic egos. They think that they have to insert themselves into every aspect of our lives when we just want them to shut up and act. I'm so tired of getting lectured by the same industry that uplifted guys like Harvey Weinstein, O.J. Simpson, Bill Cosby, all of these people who are abhorrent in their behavior, shall we say, and they're the ones who lifted them up, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, Oprah posing with pictures for Harvey Weinstein. People knew about Harvey Weinstein. They were joking about it at the Oscars before he was accused of anything. So no, I don't want to hear any lectures about fairness, about life, about how I'm supposed to vote from their stupid picket lines. And yes, I said it and I'm not taking it back. Tatiana, you messed around and you found out, you played a stupid game and you won a stupid prize. And quite frankly, every single SAG actor who was on that picket line should experience the same consequences.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. I don't need